As a lower limb amputee with an upper arm limb difference who is definitely not an athlete, it might surprise you to learn that I have tried adaptive rock climbing in the past. And now that I'm in my fitness girly era, I decided I wanted to learn more about this very intense adaptive sport. So I did some research, I asked around, and found out that Chicago has an adaptive climbing group that meets once a week. In an attempt to embrace my word of the year, which is fearless, I signed up and was up on a wall less than 36 hours later. There were so many cool things about this group and this program, but one thing that I really liked as a newbie climber was having a volunteer around to literally show me the ropes. I was influenced by the group to try to climb this massive wall a second time, and y'all, my muscles were not having it. I spent the majority of that second climb. I did end up reaching the top, but it wasn't without embarrassment and some painful consequences. Last night was so much fun. Even if I do have some injuries on my hands today, it was so worth it. This is how I do turns like pirouettes with just one arm and one leg. Now I presume that when most dancers do turns, they're using more force from the lower half of their body, probably pushing off of the ground with their feet. For me personally, with only one arm and one leg, I am using a lot of my upper body to whip myself around. Now that's not to say that my lower half isn't doing anything, of course it is. My core is really what's going to be the most engaged. Even just standing here right now speaking to the camera, my core is engaged. What do I do next? I actually use my arms a lot. I used to tell my dance teachers that I prefer pirouettes. Why? Because I can whip my entire whole right arm around to give me that propelling motion, to give me that force to get all the way around the turn. It just felt easier to me. But most of the time, left pirouettes were not something that we would do. So I had to get used to going to the right. My little arm right here can still do a lot of good. If I whip it fast enough, it's gonna give me that same propelling motion. You just won't have as much force, as much energy as my right side. Now that we've focused on the upper body, let's talk about what my leg is doing for me and my unique body. This is what I had to do. I would basically go into my foot, I'd put it out to this like diagonal a little bit and bring my knee out as well. Go into a little plie moment and push off. We put it all together and hopefully show you a good turn. Please keep in mind that I have not done any dance training in years. There we go. Not great. I did not land that very well. Bad, still not a great landing. Final go. Putting it all together. Core, arms, leg, and push. That was bad spotting, but you get the idea.